All right, so this is where your transition area is going to be on the soccer field. And then you're going to come out these double gates and you'll walk down or run down the sidewalk here. So watch your step there. It's a little narrow. You'll come down. There's a little pedestrian ramp. You'll come down and your mount line will be right here next to this parking meter. You'll get on your bike here. You're going to have this parking lane and the bike lane area, so there'll be fencing on both sides. I want you to be careful through here. There could be two-way traffic, bikes coming in and out at the same time, depending on when you're here. You're going to turn into our parking lot area, and then you're going to come up through a little sidewalk cut right here. So you're going to come across this little sidewalk and back onto the road, and then you're going to head up the hill towards Westcliff. So here we are in Westcliff. I'm showing you this area just because it's a beautiful section of the course, and it gives me a second to give you a little bit of heads up on some of the construction that you're going to experience. So here on Westcliff, you'll be biking in the normal vehicle lanes, so outbound in this lane that you're in here. You'll be returning in the other lane. Runners, you'll be on that beautiful pathway over on the ocean side. So just a spectacular course, but wanted to give you a sense of what this part looks like if you haven't ever raced this race. And then what we're going to see here in a few minutes as we round this corner is some of the damage impacts from the 2023 storm. So you see some orange barricades over there. That's where the pathway gets a little narrower, so you'll see that on the run. But as we approach here, the course gets really narrow. So I want you to stay safe through here. It's going to be single file, no pass zone as we get into the main construction area. And really, just please take your time. You're going to have, the runners are going to come off of the sidewalk. They're going to be in the road on the left. This lane that we're in right now will have two-way bikers. So you can imagine we're splitting a vehicle lane. There'll be a cone line down the middle, but it's going to be narrow. So don't try and pass somebody if you can. Just be patient and be safe. We want you to get to the finish line in one piece. So the fencing gets really narrow. So the runners are on that other side of those bollards. And again, this lane is two-way bikes. Then you're going to come down this little hill. So again, we want you to go slow coming down this hill, and you're going to take a sharp right onto Woodrow. And with all the construction going on, it's going to be really narrow. So you're going to take this sharp right-hand turn, nice and slow. And outbound, you're going to continue on Woodrow. So you're going to stay on Woodrow a little bit further than inbound, and I'll show you what inbound looks like. So you'll be outbound here. This section here, it'll just be outbound cyclists, and then you're going to be shifting over actually onto the oncoming side of Woodrow right here. So you'll be shifting over, and there'll be incoming bikes, returning bikes in the parking lane. Outbound bikes will be in the vehicle lane, just so I don't get myself run over. So on the way back, this is what that'll look like. So again, on the way back, you're going to be in the parking lane, bike lane area for a little bit here. There'll actually be some runners on your right-hand side till you hit Oxford. Right here, this is Oxford. So runners will be actually on your right. You'll just be in the vehicle lane here. And again, you're going to do this zigzag around this construction area. So again, please take your time as you're riding through here. You can see how tight this is. Obviously, this is open to traffic, so you're going to see a car here. There won't be a car there on race day. But you'll be dealing with runners will be against that big, tall fencing, and then two-way bikers. So it's just tight. So please be careful. Take your time. Left-hand turn up the hill. Again, because of that car, you're going to be in the vehicle lane, splitting. Runners will be on the other side, on the ocean side of these bollards as you come up. So take your time, especially if you're a sprint athlete. You'll be doing this twice. If you're an Olympic athlete, you're just doing it one time on the way back. But please be careful. The runners will be two-way runners right where that person is running right there. And then it'll start to widen up and we'll get you a little bit more room. And then once we get through Westcliff and the intersection of Columbia, which is just coming up here, you'll have full lanes. So then this is the way back. This is the Dream Inn. Wanted to show you this on the return so you can see it in both directions. So as you come in at the end of your race, you're going to do a little jog here to get back onto the Trestle Bridge. Obviously with this traffic, I just had to go a little slow, but you'll want to be real careful around that. Again, depending on when you're finishing your bike course, there could be outbound athletes. So we will have a cone line down the middle of this until all those outbound athletes are out. And then we'll take that cone line out. So if you happen to be on the front end of the race or a sprint distance athlete, you may have outbound athletes. So again, please be careful. This is downhill, so you tend to want to carry a lot of speed through this, but you'll see, forgive the cars, since it's open for traffic, I had to slow down here, but you'll see how narrow it is as you're coming down. So we want you to just be real careful. Take your time through this little curb cut sidewalk area, and then you're going to do the jaunt through the parking lot, back out onto the street, into the parking lanes. Again, there'll be two rows of fencing through here to keep you safe from any vehicle traffic, and then you'll get to your dismount line and start your run. So those are the pinch points on the bike course that I wanted to share with you. We look forward to seeing you in a few days at the start line.